Today we're going to be installing the door speakers into our 92 Subaru Sambar KS4. This is the kit we got. It is all OEM stuff. That's the part number, and we just got it in today. I'm going to do the unboxing of it, and we'll get this started. Right now, we currently only have dash speakers in the truck, and it honestly doesn't do much justice. So we're hoping installing these door speakers will make it better. And if the speakers aren't any good, then I'll replace the speakers. But nonetheless, I wanted to get the harnesses and everything else that it comes with, and at least try out the Subaru OEM stuff. Apparently we have some nice paperwork here. Of course, my receipt from japanparts.com where I ordered the kit. I guess it even tells us how to do the install. So it comes with complete instructions, it looks like, which is pretty cool. We'll see what all's in here. These are the OEM grills. I definitely wanted those. I want to try to make it look as OEM as possible. This is the harness that makes the transition from the cab to into the door, and I wanted that all OEM. That way it's nice and has the grommets. This looks like the harness that plugs into the radio, and the other harness that goes into the other door, and all the clips for the speakers and the screws, even Japanese OEM zip ties with Subaru part numbers. So apparently these are some high quality Japanese zip ties. Oh, here's another one. And I assume the last box is probably the speakers themselves. And I bet these bad boys are gonna be super nice, being 1992 OEM speakers. These are probably very high end. Let's see. Yep, here's the bad boy itself. Nice. It's actually made in China. That's a plus. Why would a Japanese truck have a made in China speaker? Doesn't look too shabby, I guess. Kind of hoping it would be nicer, but like I said, I really wasn't too concerned with if the speakers are worth the crap or not, because I can always replace those. I wanted the harnesses, I wanted the grills, and for the little extra money that for the speakers, it wasn't much more. So I figured, why not just buy it with the speakers and give them a try. But you can order the kit without the speakers. It'll just be all the plugs, harnesses, and all that stuff. But like I said, I figured I would try it with the speakers and just give it a whirl. And we'll get to this install here shortly. I wanted to do the quick unboxing first, and we'll get to it on the truck soon. All right, we're getting ready to do this install of this door speaker kit, OEM door speaker kit. This is our 92 Subaru Sambar KS4. It's got a bunch of stuff done to it. Obviously, wheels, tires, new brakes, new struts. Remote oil filter, oil cooler, methanol injection. It is supercharged, four-wheel drive with AC. Also has a Leslie train horn with compressor, 20-gallon tank. Truck has all new rubber, tinted windows, new mirrors, new door handles, all new lenses, LEDs, all kinds of stuff. It already has a radio installed. It's an Android Auto radio. And you can see no door speakers. Currently we have MB quartz in the factory location, and we'll be installing these door speakers. First thing, you're going to need a panel tool. You'll need a pick and a Phillips screwdriver, and to pull off the door card. So of course you're going to undo the handle, pull handle. We'll set that to the side. And then you'll want to remove the little clips that hold these with the hook tool. Got the clip already, but there it goes. So it's that little clip that holds it on. Once you get that clip off, you want to make sure it doesn't go flying. And you can pop this guy off. You want to put the clip back on just so you don't get it lost. It goes in a little groove like so. You do the same thing on the window crank. This one's a little harder to get, but there it goes. I think I'm on it right now. I think, yeah, there it is. It's coming. And it just went flying. And I see it. So like I said, you'll reinstall this so you don't lose it. And now you can use the panel popper to pop off the clips. I mean, you don't need a panel tool, but you can obviously just pull it. But I mean, the trucks are old, so it may be fragile. And that is removed now. You can just set that to the side. And then we'll look at running these wires. I believe it goes through, I'll have to look exactly. I don't remember where it goes through. I know there's a spot on the door. It's right here. There's like a sticker that covers it up. I'll have to see where the other one goes. This is what you'll have covering up the hole in the door. It's just a little sticker, basically. That's all that's covering up the hole in the door. Okay, so I think figured out what we're gonna have to do. Since this is a 5th gen Sambar and the kit's for a 6th gen, there's no provision in the body itself for the wire to come through. There is in the door, right? So I got that in, but there's no provision for it to come through anywhere on the door. So what I'm gonna have to do is, well, I've already started to do, is I'm gonna feed the wire through to the front of the truck, and then I'm gonna have to go in through the headlight housing. So
what I'm going to do is drill a hole right in the center of that, and then use the grommet here that's on there to pass it through that. That way it's still nice and clean. So that's what I'm gonna do. These bolts that hold my headlights in are stripped, so I've started removing those. I already had brand new OEM ones, new springs and new bolts to replace those. So that's what I've been doing, and I didn't want to put that in the video, but I wanted to show you where I'm going to pass through the wire, because there's no other option to pass it through into the truck. So what we're going to do is pass the grommet through here. So that's going to be like this, and the wire is going to go through right here. You could pass it through up here, but I'm already running out of space here. There's no way that I'm going to be able to fit more wires through there with the aftermarket headlights, the LED headlights. So like I said, I'm going to drill right through the center of this guy, and then use a step bit to increase the size to the right size. So that should be about dead center there. And then switch to a step bit, and obviously you don't want to go too big, but you want to make sure you get the right size, but it is rather big. So I'll get the other wire. So I can match the size, and you can see this thing's huge. It's going to take up pretty much the whole thing. So we have to go much larger. That's the end of that step bit, and I'm pretty sure that's probably not big enough. I'll tell you it's not, because the plug doesn't even fit yet, barely. So we'll go up to the next step bit that I have. See if that fits. And no, not even close. We're gonna try there. And that looks like it's probably gonna be it. Yeah, that's gonna be it there. So I'm not gonna force that through, because that doesn't belong there. So we're gonna put this back in the truck with the headlight, and then pass the wire through. So work on that. So we got the wire passed through now. Like I was talking, I had to put the camera down and have somebody hold it from the inside, and while I pushed it through. So now I could put the headlight in, because with the headlight in, you're never going to be able to feed this through the grommet. So we're gonna put the headlight back on. All right, as you can see, I got the headlight back in, and this is where the wire passes through now. So the wire is gonna pass through just like that. It'll be nice and sealed, and I have the wire into the cab now, and you can see the headlight is back in, and the wires just passed through just like so. I gotta put the surround back on and plug in the blinker, but I'll have to adjust the headlight again since I changed those springs and screws. But that's how it's going to pass through, and you can see right in there is where it, over on this side is where it passes through the door, because it's hard to get the camera over there, but yeah, you can see. So that's where it passes into the door, and then it's going to cut through over there and into the headlight. So now our wire is in here. We have to cut, obviously, our vapor barrier. We have to cut a hole there and whatnot, but we'll do that in a little bit. We got the surround back on, and you can see that you can't see any wires or anything. It is completely hidden like we want. That way it looks OEM. And I think this came out super clean how it's coming through. The factory cover that covers up the back of the headlight. That's where the original wires passed through. But I think it came out super clean. We're gonna do the same thing on the other cover. It's just drill straight in the middle. My eyes are calibrated, by the way, so I can tell exactly where the middle is. I just got them calibrated recently. So here we go. And we'll save you the rest. Obviously, you know, we're just going to step it up on the step bits now. All right, what we're going to do now is pass the harness through this area to go to the passenger door. So you're going to want to feed the side that goes into the door. So this goes to the speaker. You're going to want to feed that in first. So you'll feed that just through here, and you'll have to do some pushing to get this grommet through, but it's already through. And now it's at the other side ready to go into the door. So we have it over here now, and this is where it's ready to go into the door. So the hole is right here, just like so. It's kind of hard to get in here. Just move it around, make sure it seats. I don't think it's seated yet. There, it's seated now. That's it. So now we're through with the harness, and now we'll go in through the headlight cover, just like we did on the last one. We'll go ahead and, I think, cut this off. I think I cut it off on the last one. I mean, obviously we don't need either one of these clips because they don't go anywhere, because this isn't the way you do it. So let me find my cutters, snip those off. I actually left that one on the other side. I think I left both of these, really. It doesn't matter. You can rip them off or whatnot. I guess we'll cut them off. Just make sure you don't cut the wire, obviously. So we'll just cut just that one off. This one can stay where it is. It's not going to be in the way. All right, I think what we're going to have to do, because this is definitely, again, not for this truck, but and we actually have to install it completely different than it's supposed to go in a 6th gen, because this grommet that goes through the door is actually not supposed to go through the door, but it goes through the door perfect. And this side actually is what plugs into this and not the speaker. It's kind of confusing, but the end that's coming through the back of the headlight, that's the plug that actually goes into the speaker. So we actually have it reversed, but that's the only way it's going to work on this truck. So it's not a big deal. We'll just have to improvise. So again, this is what comes through the door, and it needs to go to the speaker. So I think we're just going to cut here and put connectors on the end. That way we can still keep this factory plug here. And since the radio installs custom anyways, it's not really going to matter because I'm going to redo the wiring anyways. But I think I'm just going to cut about maybe here. It should be plenty long to come out to the speaker. So we'll cut there. And then I'm going to cut a little bit more of this. That way I get more slack. And this will go to the speaker then. These two wires, I'll put a connector on there. And then this will plug in inside the door. So I'm gonna go put connectors on this. All right, so now we have the new ends on there that'll plug into the speaker, and this will plug into here. So I'm gonna push this back into the door and get the grommet seated back again. All right, so that's seated back. Now we'll take this and we'll plug this in on the inside. Probably should have done it the other way. It's tight in here. And now it's snapped in. So now we have a plug to go to the speaker. So I've now plugged the speaker into my new wires, and I have the gray with the red stripe going to the positive, and the gray with the blue stripe going to the negative. So we're just going to stick this in the hole like so, and then screw it in just like that. All right, this has been much more of a pain in the butt than I anticipated. I had to screw the speaker into the door. It does not line up to those neon green posts that we pressed in. So I had to screw the speaker into the door with some self-tapping screws. And now we're working on getting the grill on the door card. So I had to cut the door card to the exact size of the speaker. And then I drilled 2 holes there for this post and that post, which flip over and line that up. And now we're gonna have to mark the door card for each of these holes to screw the grill in from the back side of the door card. So what we're gonna do is take paint, put paint on all of these posts, and then transpose it over to the door card, and that should leave marks for us to drill. So we're gonna try that out. Okay, you can see it's marked all the holes, and I've drilled all the holes. So I just, like I said, took paint and put it on each of those posts, and now it's all transposed onto the door card. So we're gonna screw that in. Okay, it actually only comes with 4 screws per side, so I actually drilled extra holes, but I now have those screwed in, and the grill is now attached to the door card. So let's go try it out, see what we got. All right, so now we're gonna try to put the door card back on. with the newly installed speaker grill. Oh, there was one. Oh, there it is. There it went. And there you have it. So we successfully got the speaker grill installed with the speaker installed. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought, but it's on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall the window cranks and all that stuff and move on to the other side, since this side was such a pain in the butt. Okay, and it looks like the window crank will clear. I don't want to put the window down, so I'm not going to try that yet. Find the door handle. It's on there. Yeah, it's on there. And there we have it. So now it looks OEM. Alright, so what we have to do now is take this harness and cut this plug off, because this is going to be the plug for the other door. I've cut that off and already put connectors on it, so that will connect to the speaker, and then this will plug into the harness that we've run into the door. Now, one other thing that you're going to have to do is on both speakers, there's these posts on the top side. You'll have to grind those off with a Dremel or something, so because they hit, so you'll grind those off like I'm going to. Now those are ground off, so that way the speaker can sit against the door properly. All right, so we got our speaker prepped, we got our harness prepped, and we're ready to go. Okay, so the best way to do this now is, in reality, the speaker gets screwed right here, like so. But in order to mark the door properly,
The way I did it on the last side was I actually put the door card, and then once the door card was back on, I screwed the speaker on through the door card. That way, this, and this marks the door card, and then I can set this down on the door card and then draw around so I can cut it out perfectly. So that's what I'm going to do again, just because I know it worked. So I'm going to take the door card and put the door card back on. Oh, actually, I have to cut the door card anyways because I haven't even cut the hole, so which I forgot about. So you got to cut the hole first in order to screw the speaker down. So I'm going to grab my drill real quick. So what you need to do now is, with the door card back on, is see where the hole is for the speaker. So you can just feel behind the door card and see the speaker's about here. So you'll drill a big hole right there. That way you're drilled into the speaker hole, and then you can take a hacksaw blade and make some cuts. You can actually use a jigsaw too. I did that last time, and that's actually what I'm going to do. But basically, you're going to cut across in here. You're going to cut till you hit the metal, cut till you hit the metal, cut till you hit the metal, cut till you hit the metal. That way you can get a circle. So I got the jigsaw, so I can just take the jigsaw in here. And you want to do this with the window up, that way you don't chance hitting the window or anything. So you'll take the jigsaw and just cut. The door, so it hit the metal there. It ain't gonna do nothing to it. And then you'll cut the other way, and until you hit the door. And then you'll do the same thing going in a cross pattern. Until you hit the door. Obviously you don't want to go fast on the jigsaw. And then you can actually go in another cross. Go in the opposites that you did last time. It sounds worse than it is. And then you got an area or an idea of where the circle is from this. So I'm going to pull the door card back off. Now you can see we have a pattern of what the circle should be. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Basically, you'll just connect the lines. Like I said, this doesn't need to be perfect because you're actually cutting it bigger than it is. Or you have to cut more than this. So this is just a first cut to get you the speaker in the door, and then
you'll have to do some more cutting anyways. So that should be where the speaker is right there. And now I'll cut that out with a jigsaw and we'll go from there. So now we have a hole in the door card that's roughly the size of the speaker. Still recording?
Yeah.
So now you can put the door card back on. And it should line up, we hope anyways, right? And it does. So if you look, we've cut the hole perfect. So now we can take the speaker, and this side should be up, so the terminal is down, and you'll get that lined up. It's perfect. And then you'll screw that in. So that's what we're going to do now. Hold the push on the speaker, obviously. I think there's like maybe 3/4 inch or 1 inch self tappers. Then we'll pull the speaker back out. And pull the door card back off. Now you got your holes over here where the speaker punched through. So you can literally just set the speaker on the door card lined up, and then you'll draw around the metal frame of the speaker. And then you'll cut that out. So you'll cut along this line, and that way the speaker can go through the grill, or the speaker can go through the door card. So now you'll take this back up and cut this. Move that so I can cut. All right, so now that should be cut exactly to the shape of the speaker, and we'll see now. All right, so this side has a green with a white stripe and a green with a black stripe. Black stripe will be the negative, and white stripe will be positive. All right, so we got those all the way on, and now we'll screw the speaker in with the holes that we made. So we got the speaker installed, all three screws put in. Now we'll attempt to put the door card back on and make sure the door card fits over the speaker. Hopefully it does. Hopefully we didn't mess up. If we did, we can trim it a little bit. Looks like it hits just a little bit in this corner, so we'll trim that corner just a hair. So I'm going to get the Sharpie and mark where I need to trim just a little bit. So we'll trim like that, and yeah, so I'll do that, and then I'll mark for the grill. So I'm going to pull the door card back. Now you can see the door speaker is not hitting anymore. The door card goes around it just like it should. So now we'll figure out the grill and how to do the grill. The grill has these two posts that stick out past the grill. So those are what you need to mark for, and those are your guides. So you need to position those on the door card, make a mark, drill those. That way you have a position for this. So
and obviously you want it to be straight, and you can kind of look in through the cutout and look at the speaker and make sure it's centered on the speaker how it should be. And then the way I did it on the other side is I just applied a bunch of pressure so those posts made marks, and then I marked it with the Sharpie. I'll try to do that again. If not, I'll get the paint and use the paint. I believe that's the positions, but I'm going to get the paint just to make sure 100% because I want to do this right. We're just obviously putting paint, a little blob of paint on each one of these posts. That way I have a mark on the door card of where it goes. So now we'll go see if those marks that I made before were right. So they were pretty close, but now we have the marks, so I can drill those. And this drill bit is the same size as the post, I'm pretty sure, or I have one that's the same size. It's not that one, it's this one. So I already figured out what size the post is. And then the grill should go in those holes. I may have to make them slightly larger. Yeah, but it'll go in there, I can tell. So I'm gonna pull the door card back off, make the holes a little bit bigger. All right, so you can see right there is where one of the posts is and the other one's right there. So that's the holes for the post, but we just wanted to make sure that they line up and they're how they should be. Now we're going to do the same thing we did on the last one. We'll paint the back side, that way it marks where the other screws go. Now we have some black marks, one here, one there, one there, one there. Start a one there, but I don't need it. I'll use these two, that one. So I'm going to drill those. Okay, we have the 4 screws installed. And I just got to put this clip back on, and then we'll slap the door card back on and we're done. Alrighty, and you will see I have everything put back together, and the grill is installed. The complete door card is back on, and there you have it. So now this side is done. All that's left is just to hook up both speakers to the actual head unit, and that's the easy part. The hard part's done. These door cards will obviously be getting redone. The material will be redone with the seats. That's the next project, is interior on this truck, because the passenger seat is in perfect condition. Driver's seat's raggedy and has a seat cover on it that came with it from Japan. So we'll be getting it redone, but sorry about the glare, but you'll see over there is the driver's side and passenger side.